am I allowed? And gets a yes, then they go and say, well, we already got pre-approval by the Ethics Commissioner. The question now, and particularly important for Canadians, is the fact that the story changed 3 times. It's important for Canadians in this committee to know and to see the documentation of what has happened and the changing story. What exactly did they provide in context to the Ethics Commissioner?
Sorry, Mr. Duncan. We have a point of order from Ms. Khalid on the standing orders. Which one is it?
It's on, well, I just wanted to clarify one thing, that the Ethics Commissioner does not give clearance. They provide advice on how to. So I would just like to advise the member on that.
Great point. Go ahead, Mr. Duncan.
Well, I find that very interesting because it was the government House Leader that used the word pre-approved, checked with the Ethics Commissioner, got advice, got guidance. But I think
Mr. Duncan has the floor. Go ahead, Mr. Duncan, please.
I think especially telling that the Liberals are riled up about this, because the Prime Minister could proactively table the information to this committee to clarify if there's nothing to see here. The trust but verify, go and show what he asked and what he provided the information to the Ethics Commissioner. His story changed to Canadians 3 different times. What did he provide the Ethics Commissioner? Did his story to the Ethics Commissioner change 3 times? And I think that's very important. So if the Liberals are going to fight over advice or guidance or using the government House Leader as pre-clearance or pre-check, whatever it may be, the Prime Minister could address this proactively and provide those documents to show clarity and to put an end to part of this. And he refuses to do so, and now the Liberals and NDP are refusing to do the same thing. So I would just say, Mr. Chair, to refute the points of the Liberals and NDP here, this is not a blanket opening of the advice and being provided to any MP. We're doing this, and we're here at this meeting today, and we're having this conversation in these meetings because the Prime Minister changed his story 3 times. And it's important to know when they said they talked to, whatever term they want to use, to the Ethics Commissioner, it's important to know the context or the lack thereof the Prime Minister gave. If the Prime Minister and his office gave the same changed story 3 times that he did to Canadians, there's a problem here. We deserve to see the paper trail, and there should be no reason in this case, because the Prime Minister, again, changed his story 3 times, he should proactively provide it if there's nothing to hide. The fact they're blocking this and hiding behind things, I think, has Canadians wondering what exactly is up.
Madame Fortier.
Never mind, I'm ready to vote.
I have Mr. Blakey who has his hand up. Go ahead, Mr. Blakey.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And just by way of response to Mr. Duncan, I mean, I think one of the things that he himself pointed out here is that and it is kind of odd to have the Liberals interject on this because it was initially the story that came out of the House Leader's office, I believe, is that the Conflict of Interest Commissioner doesn't pre-approve things. I mean, I know this from my own experience where, folks have offered me a $20 ticket to something in the riding, and I've contacted the Conflict of Interest Commissioner's office to say, it doesn't seem like a big deal. It's a riding event. They're offering to have me come. Could I accept this $20 ticket in order to get in to this community event that I've been invited to go to? And I was surprised at the fact that I couldn't get an answer one way or the other.